Hey there, can you hear me? That's good, because that means that you're still alive. You can take a breath in and you can put your hand on your chest and you can feel your heart beating. That means that you've been given another chance. You know, I heard of this beautiful poem called the Dash Poem. It was written by a lady called LInda Ellis, maybe about 5 years ago or so, and you can go and read it, please, it's so worth it. But what really stood out for me is, if you look at people's tombstones or their memorial plaques, you will see there's a birth date, and then a dash, and then their date of death. But isn't it interesting that they write the birth date, they write the beginning and the end, and your entire life is represented by a dash. And yet it is the biggest part of most of our lives. You know, when people are pregnant and when a baby is born, there's big celebrations and there's presents. And in between, when it's your birthday, big celebrations and presents. And then when you finish your adventure here on earth, people again have a big celebration, sometimes a sad one. But people get together and there's eats and there's a ceremony and there's music. So we start our lives with music and a celebration. We celebrate every single birthday in between, and then we celebrate us finishing our adventure. But my question to you is, how much does your dash, the date between when you were born and when you pass away, when you finish your adventure, how much does that mean to the people in this world? That can be years. And how much time do we waste living our little dash? You know, I'm creeping closer to 50 and not yet, but you know, it's a little while off. But as I creep closer to 50 and as you reach the big O's in your birthdays, you will find that you reassess what life is really about so much more. You know, I don't know, there's been a lot happening with COVID, and you know, there's been a lot of talk of how you live your life and second chances. But I want to challenge you today. Live your dash as if it's going to make a difference in people's lives. Instead of just celebrating your birthdays, have you considered celebrating every time that you take a risk? Celebrating every time that you take courage. Do all of them work out? No, they don't. But you always learn something. So celebrate the learning. So here's my question to you. This afternoon or tonight, when you go to sit down, I want to really encourage you. Take the dash that you've lived up to now, you know, a portion of your dash, and go and write down. What are all the things that you've learned? What are the skills you've picked up? Who is the person that you've been up to now? What are all those random acts or even planned acts of kindness that you've done? What's the value that you've added to people's lives or to organizations' lives? What is the experiences that you've had up to now? What are the things that you are good at? What are the things that you love? I know it sounds like a big list, and it should be. I mean, your life isn't worth living unless it's worth recording, so you might as well go and write them down. But then the biggest question is, you might look back at your life and there might be things that you're not superly proud of. So this I want to encourage you. Go and sit down and write out what are the things that you want to still learn? What are the acts of kindness that you still want to do? What's the value that you still want to add in this life? The legacy that you want to leave? What is the kind of person that you want to be? To your friends, to your family, to your colleagues at work or in your business, and very much so to strangers. So go and write that list down. Make your dash count. You know, is your dash going to mean that you've changed people's lives? Is your dash at the end of the time when people talk about your dash, is it going to be highlights in people's lives? Are people going to remember your dash for all the right reasons? Yes, to live your dash takes an enormous amount of courage, friends. Courage is what helps you build confidence. It's what helps you step out to make your dash worth it. So I want to encourage you today. Take courage. Make your dash make a difference in people's lives and live deliberately. All right. Hi there, Collette again. Did you enjoy this episode? I hope so. Well, if you did, I'd love for you to do 3 quick and easy things for me. Number 1, please share this video with someone. Number 2, press the subscribe button below because I'll be able to then let you know when I bring out new videos again. And number 3, put your comment and especially your questions down below. It's your questions that motivate and inspire me to do these videos. So go right now and go and drop a comment or a question for me below. You know, friends, and every single day we have a choice to either live an ordinary life or to live an extraordinary life. And to live extraordinary, yes, it takes courage. So today, go and choose to live deliberately.